Camera rolling, audio is working. Welcome to another drawing tablet review. In this one, we're looking at XPPen's premium screenless drawing tablet that I've been using for the last 2.5 years, the Deco Pro. Hey guys, Ryan here. So after reviewing a few of those older Wacom Intuos models in the last couple of videos, I thought it'd be good to jump over to my main, which is this Deco Pro Small by XPPen. Now there were a few different factors that went into me buying this. At the time I'd just been given quite a big commission and I need to step up from the little 4x5 inch Graphite 3 that I've been using. I needed something that was affordable but still had enough features for me to kind of grow into over time as I develop my own digital art skills. At this time I decided, after playing around a bit, doing a few stickers and that kind of thing, that I wanted to explore digital art a bit further and really push myself in that regard. So I needed something that would be able to accommodate that growth as well. Something like the Intuos Pro was a bit out of reach, and certainly screen tablets at that time I only knew about the Cintiq, and that was way beyond affordability for me. So this Deco Pro looked to be a really solid option. So let's do a little 2-year later unboxing just so you can see what to expect when you order one of these, and then we'll jump into a bit of a drawing test on the computer and also on Android because it is Android compatible. Okay, opening up the box, the first thing you've got is the tablet itself. Now this is the Deco Pro Small, which is 9x5 inches. Also comes in a medium size, which is 11x6, but the small version is a lot closer to Wacom's medium size, which is really quite nice. It's very light, very thin as well, but doesn't feel flimsy at all, especially with this aluminium finish along the sides and also on the back. Now you can see I'm using a Moft laptop riser here, just been experimenting drawing with a bit of an angle. Normally this sits flat though on my keyboard tray. You've got 8 customizable express keys as well, which are really nice and tactile too. Now one of my favorite features of the tablet is this spinny wheel over here. Wicked wow! You got the mechanical wheel and the virtual wheel. The virtual wheel acts a lot like a traditional touchpad and recognizes gestures in the same way that the Intuos 4, 5 and Pro touch ring does. You've also got this nice funky blue light here, bringing a bit of color to the tablet, which I really like. And you can program multiple functions into these as well and set one of your buttons to toggle between them too. Then you've got the funky drawing glove to make you feel like a real digital artist. You gotta dress the part, man. Oh yeah. We've got a 1.5 meter long USB to USB-C cable, really good length. And in this box we've got the thank you card, quick start guide, those kinds of things. You get 2 on-the-go adapters here, which you're going to need if you're using an Android device with this tablet, or if maybe your laptop only has USB-C ports. Really nice that they include this and it's not something you have to buy separately. In this tube you've obviously got the pen, which is really nice, really light, comfortable to use for long periods, especially with this shape and the rubber grip on it. You've got 2 buttons along the side. And you can use the lid of this tube as your pen holder. On the other side of it, we've got the 8 standard spare nibs. The pen's got 8,192 levels of pressure sensitivity, nice good range, good initial activation, and there's 60 degrees of tilt as well. Now I did have to replace my stylus after just over a year of use. I think it took a weird tumble off my desk and got a bit damaged. But it was no problem to replace that. XPPen was very quick to respond to my queries, which is something I really appreciate as a customer. If a brand can respond quickly and clearly, that's always a plus in my book. And that's about it. So let's jump over to the tablet settings so you can see what to expect over there. Okay, opening up the settings, all the usual stuff you'd expect to find here. Being able to customize the buttons on your pen to either, different clicks or functions, or to switch between eraser and pen mode. You can adjust your pressure sensitivity here using the slider on the side, or just moving this point around in the box. See, I'm pushing really hard now to get that full pressure register. I tend to keep my pressure just slightly to the softer side. Now I'm using 2 monitors and I've just set the tablet to be active across my main one. If you are using multiple monitors, then it tends to by default spread over both of them, so you might need to change that. If you are left-handed, all you gotta do is hit this 180 degrees over here and it'll flip your tablet around. Your keys and everything will be on the right hand side, so no worries if you're left-handed, right-handed, it's all good. You can switch between mouse and pen mode, and here is where you'll be able to customize all your keys to different keyboard shortcuts. You can change the functions of the dial, the silver ring, the trackpad, or if you want to turn off the funky blue light, you can do that as well. But no thank you, I'll keep that nice and bright. And you can also set multiple profiles for different programs that you're using. So if you want a particular keyboard shortcut set for Blender and something different for Krita, then you can easily have those set. If you don't want to use them at all, prefer to use your keyboard, then you can just disable the express keys. Once you have made changes, I do recommend just exporting your configuration. I have seen some people have issues with the tablet remembering their settings after they reboot or plug in their tablet again. So just good to back those up, and then you can import them easily next time you plug your tablet in. So yeah, let's go into a bit of a drawing test. So I've got Krita open over here, and just a standard round brush set to change size with pressure. And you'll see getting really thin and thick lines, really comfortable and easy, very smooth transition. Same thing with the opacity brush. Really nice. If you do quick strokes, you will notice a little bit of shoestringing going on. That's not such a big deal for me because I tend to work in a more painterly way, so I'm not doing a lot of line work, certainly not a lot of fast hatching type of stuff where that would be a problem. I don't recall having this issue on the Intuos 4 that I looked at last, or even the 3 for that matter. But generally this is really nice and smooth. Without any brush smoothing on, it's also very accurate and smooth. With that Intuos 1, which is now 23 years old, when I worked with that in Krita with no brush smoothing, the lines were very jagged. Now let's do some slow diagonals. I don't have the steadiest hand, so this could look atrocious. Let's just do it without a ruler first. That's not so bad. Let's do this now. That looks fairly smooth. There's a slight bit of wave in there, but not a problematic amount. Now there has been an unexpected issue that I only just discovered, and that is at the bottom of the working area, the tablet is detecting a weird kind of bubble. So if I try and draw a straight line across the bottom, it does have these weird dips along it, which is quite an inconvenience, although I can work around it quite easily just by either cutting that section off in the tablet settings, or just keeping to the sort of central and central left area of the tablet, which I tend to do anyway. So it's not a huge loss. If this tablet was any smaller, I would definitely feel it a lot more. I'd start feeling a bit cramped, but I can still get a lot of mileage out of this. This is, to me, based on where this issue is occurring, it's quite a minor thing. So I'll still be using this tablet for a little while after this. Alrighty, so let's plug it into an Android phone and see what it's like to draw in there. So I'm using a Xiaomi Mi 8 II Lite phone here. I've also tested it on their new flagship 11T Pro, and I'm painting in Autodesk Sketchbook, which is one of my favorite apps for mobile because it's a very uncluttered interface, which is important when you're working on a very limited screen space. Really comfortable to use, your pressure sensitivity is great. You do lose the functionality of the express keys and the mechanical wheel though, but this tablet is primarily for using with a computer. The Android compatibility is just a nice feature. You know, if you want to use this on a go, plug your phone into the tablets while you're at a coffee shop or on the plane, and you can just get to sketching. Really nice. So what do I think? I am still really happy with this purchase, despite there being a few little hiccups along the way where I had to replace the pen after a year, which wasn't such a big deal. And now this issue along the bottom of the working area, which I am quite disappointed about, but it's not all that big of a deal. I can work with this still. And I don't feel like this would stop me getting a job done. You know, I can easily cut that off in the tablet settings, or just stick to the sort of center and center left area of the tablet like I do anyway. That's not such a huge concern. If you are someone looking for a tablet that is specifically for using with an Android device, then I wouldn't really recommend this because you do lose a lot of that functionality with the express keys and the mechanical wheel and all that. There are cheaper options out there that would be able to do just as good of a job. So look at something like maybe the Deco Mini 7, which does still have the express keys, but it is also half the price of the Deco Pro. Other than that, this is still a drawing tablet I would highly recommend. I'd probably look into the Bluetooth version, but that does cost $30 extra for both versions. For some, that might be quite a bit of an added expense, but even without it, this is a really solid, high value for money drawing tablet that I would recommend to the more serious digital art beginner, or even a more experienced user who's looking to upgrade or replace their current tablet with something that's not going to break the bank, as was the case with me. But for now, I'm going to roll out with a bit of the planning and sketching out of an idea for this canvas here behind me, and I'll do a separate video where I take you through the process of doing an acrylic painting on canvas, because it's been a while since I've done one of these. So until then, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Stay well and happy drawing.